I'm Floc and you're watching the Clever References.
Hey guys, Ash here from the Clever References, here with another episode of MusoChatter. This month, it's going to be a Grampians Music Festival special, where we feature artists that played at the Grampians Music Festival. I was put up there, they were very gracious about it, they let me interview a couple of the bands, and this is what that content is. Anyway, first things first, my band, The Clever References, has a single coming out on the 13th of March. It's called Tell Ben Kate. Just go to our Spotify and follow us and you won't miss it. And with that out of the way, here's our first artist on this Grampians MusoChatter series, I suppose. This one's a very talented hip-hop, R&B kind of sort of feel artist. Her name is Floc. This is her. Hey, how are you?
Good.
Awesome. So we just caught you on that stage. It's the Grampians Music Festival. Tell me about yourself. Like, if you were to describe your music to like someone who hasn't heard of it before, what is it?
I like to call it spooky pop music.
Okay.
I've been experimenting with pop music for about a year or so now. I just really love sampling and singing and making beats.
Cool. So like sometimes like the when people hear pop music, like sometimes people would hold the idea that popular music is just popular music instead of having like its own aesthetic. You're talking about pop music in terms like it has a sound. Pop music. What do you think that sound is?
I don't know.
Like it's not like the thing you're doing. It's not rock necessarily.
Yeah,
probably. Like,
it's definitely like an experimental kind of sound. Like I really love like Chairlifts and Carolyn Polachek and like Angel Olsen. And all of their
Angel
sounds.
Olsen.
All their
definitely.
like their vocal style and
they definitely have it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And they're like sort of dark beats. Like it's not.
Yeah. It's like alt pop
like Britney,
almost,
like,
isn't it?
Yeah, alt pop, I guess.
It's like parallel universe popular music almost.
Yeah.
I guess. So, how does the songwriting start for you? Because sometimes you kind of drop into a rap, sometimes you kind of sort of do vocal runs and stuff like that. Is it you make the beat and then you get inspired that way, or do you have like a topic and then you start from a line maybe?
Yeah. Well, lately I've been like I'll have a shower and I'll just sing like a melody and it'll stick with me.
Yeah.
And I'll start singing the melody before I add any other beat. So that's like a lot of my beats are kind of jagged because they've got weird tempos, but I haven't built it around the beat. I've built it off the style of the sample. So
true.
Yeah.
So, how do you go about sampling? Is it just you in like the real world? Is it like sampling like real world field recordings almost, or is it more like
I sample myself and I try to record every day and I get all these like ideas I'll think are terrible, but after like chopping them up and manipulating them a bit, I love them. So, and like just recording myself, I don't have to worry about copyright or
true. Very true. So how did you get into sampling? Like what kind of music did you listen to? Like
well, I joined a hip hop group in Melbourne called Dig Deep, and everyone was making beats and I wanted to learn how, so I just got Ableton and like sort of self-taught, and then I started studying production and composition at uni. And
so you study it in uni also.
So I've been studying it as well.
Cool. So what kind of influences that like sometimes like let's say you're listening to your music and then it sounds I'm totally influenced by
can I pick more than one?
Sure.
Like
it's an open-ended question.
Grimes, Chairlift, Holly Herndon.
Cool.
Also even like Australian rock, like I love Kiss Chasey, like as cheesy as it is, like the vocal style, it's like Australian but not super ochre. It's a weird vocal sound. I think I do it too sometimes.
So let's talk about the vocals a bit. It sounds really great, the live vocal, like it comes out even when you're like doubling yourself with the backing track or whatever. Did you had any kind of sort of like formal training in singing or went to singing lessons, or was it just like learn to sing yourself?
So I I started off singing in high school, like joining choirs, and then started getting lessons on the outside just with like local musicians in Ballarat who teach. And I don't at the moment, but yeah, I love singing. I just ask friends for help when I'm struggling. And
True. So you were mentioning that you're gonna come up with, is it a single?
Yeah.
In May as part of
Big Sky Girls.
What is that?
So 12 girls from regional Australia got picked to go and record with Sugar Rush in Brisbane.
Nice.
Then we did like songwriting tutorials, and then we've all recorded a track that'll come out on an album together in May.
Oh, it's like a compilation album and stuff.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's been really fun getting mentored to actually finish something.
Cool. What was that process like? Like, let's boil down to this question. What did you learn after that experience that like kind of sort of opened up something for you?
I think adding all these time limits to finishing my music, because sometimes I spend so long on it just in my bedroom because it's on my computer. I'm always on it. I'm always adding and creating. When you're working with someone else, they're kind of like, you need to finish this by this date and this by this, and if it's not done, you sort of just roll with it. And it's turned out really cool, and like I love it. I'm not confused or worried. It's just great.
You were mentioning that you were part of a hip hop group?
Yeah.
Cool. What was the name again? Dig
Deep.
Dig Deep, yeah.
So that was in Melbourne. I went there like full on for a couple of years, and then I'm gonna join back again this year.
Yeah.
It's works with like Mantra and Momo, and we like write music. And
Right. It seems like you have like a very integrated rap singing style.
Yeah.
So sometimes when people rap, they sound different than when they're singing. Like it's very obvious when they're singing, I'm rapping now. But it seems like for you, it's like very fluid. Is it like from that hip hop experience, or from that hip hop group experience, I should say?
Yeah, I think so. It's like that's sort of where I learned how to write lyrics rapping. And as I sing, it's sort of, I still got that I don't know, the style of rap, like the rhythm when I'm singing.
Yeah. It's like Drakey almost, isn't it? Like
cool.
yeah. As in that approach, because I think that was like the for me anyway. Like I noticed that the first time that people didn't differentiate between rapping and this is the hook and this is the rap again and this is the hook. It's just all hooks, you know. So do you plan to collaborate with other people with the name Floc, or is it just you and no features? Or
no, I'd love to collaborate with people. I love collaborating with beat makers in Dig Deep, and I get people reach out on Instagram sometimes hoping to meet some people
collab and stuff like that. Why Floc?
Why Floc? I don't know, I just really like it. I did a couple of like street art workshop things, and like my little tag was Floc off, and it was like birds.
Yeah.
My middle name is Florence, and I was like, what a Floc, that'll do, because I spent ages just writing down all these random names that I just hated, and I was like, that'll do. One syllable, easy.
So, tell me about the guitar you bring up over there, like, because for now at least, obviously most of it is backing track, but what's so important about bringing the guitar and bringing like that kind of sort of element of live instrumentals?
Yeah, well,
on stage.
Yeah, I brought it as something, like I don't play guitar all through my tracks, I just add it to like a chorus or a bridge where I feel it needs it, and it's, sometimes when you're playing with a backing track, you don't get the same feel as when you're playing guitar.
True.
And it feels, you can put more feeling into it, or improvise and just add as you feel. And I like doing that.
So it's more of a kind of sort of, it's kind of sort of like a life hack in a way. So you get integrated into the backing track more instead of just you just there singing or whatever. Because like I noticed that your guitar lines are kind of sort of like sometimes you're doubling them with the things that's already available. It's very inventive. Have you ever thought about just writing to guitar?
Maybe. I used to do like cover shows a lot where I just played like acoustic guitar and sang.
Yeah.
But,
singer-songwriter stuff.
Yeah, but I got a bit sick of it because I couldn't be bothered learning new chords.
True.
Now I'm just like making it up as I go and hoping it works.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell me about the second song you played. What was it about? No, what was it called?
The second song I played.
You didn't use the guitar. You were like full-on rapping.
That's called Over the Suburbs.
Hey Now.
And that was a collaboration with a DJ called Cadito.
Awesome.
Who made the beat, and I produced my vocals and added that. So that was actually about like how suicide and depression and mental health affects young people, and how like it starts off over the suburb and around the curve. So like people are so close, and you don't even know they're going through all these things. And it's like people you used to like know in high school, you walk home with, you think you know them, and then you don't realize how bad it is sometimes.
What the burden is on them. You don't realize. Yeah, cool. So that's the live that we're gonna show after this interview.
Cool.
Thank you very much, Floc, for this interview. And here is Floc with Over the Suburb.
Yeah.
Over the Suburb. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just had a samosa from Masala Valley, and it was awesome. So if you want a good samosa, up the back there, veggies. Where we used to live, it's where we used to learn. I never knew what sight was until I nearly had it. Only never knew how bad it was until I said goodbye to it. Age like this, it seems so